Hey everyone, welcome back to Pop Culturally Challenged. My name is David. This is my beautiful wife Toni.
Hello.
And tonight we are finishing off Band of Brothers with episode 10. This is called Points. What are you thinking?
I'm glad it's almost over.
All right.
The sadness is almost over.
I'm hoping there's some happiness in this episode. I mean, I'm guessing that it's the end of the war. I mean, it's the last episode. It's got to be the end of the war here. We are going to watch the We Stand Alone Together, I think is what it's called. It's a documentary kind of, I guess it's like interviews with the guys who were there, the older guys that we see at the beginning.
Sure.
So
Cool.
we'll watch
That'll
that.
be nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's happy. We'll see though. So yeah, you ready to finish off the episode? Finish off the season?
Yes, honey.
Okay. Well, if you enjoyed this reaction, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this episode, what you thought of the whole season. If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've reacted to, we'll put the link to our Patreon down below. Subscribe if you're not. And on that note, on with the show. Yeah, this went by pretty quick, I think. The 10 episodes. I mean,
I don't know.
No, not for you?
No.
I don't know if this same theme music's going to be in the next episode, but I was going to say this is the last time you'll hear this super sad music.
I don't think I ever want to be in woods like that.
Because of Bastogne?
Yep. Wonder what points means.
I don't know. Does it stand for something? Like, how it was capitalized? Austria.
Gosh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
It was more than 3 years since Louis Nixon and I decided to join the paratroops. I certainly didn't expect to find myself at a place like this.
It's so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard reports about a red-headed Eskimo.
Mm-hmm.
Come to join me for a morning swim?
I wouldn't be swimming in that.
No. I've seen Jaws. I don't care if there's no great whites in there.
What do you think you'll do after this? Well, it's funny you should mention it, because I had a meeting with Colonel Sink. Yeah, discussed the possibility of staying. What'd you say? I said I'd think about it.
There's a company in Nixon, New Jersey. It's called Nixon Nitration Works. Oddly enough, I know the owners.
Are you offering me a job?
We'll see how you do in your interview, but
He's not really going to jump in there, is he?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it'd be that deep.
One, it looks cold. Two,
Look at that area, though.
there's fishes in there.
Yeah.
They could go...
Is that how they do it?
We'd entered Bavaria in early May. Although Hitler was dead, he had apparently ordered the SS to make it their last stand.
Oh, man. I hope they go off at the same time and don't just throw them everywhere.
He told me he was first into Paris, and by God, he wanted to be first into Berchtesgaden. Now, you fire up 2nd Battalion, and I flank that French son of a bitch.
Get there before the French. Look at that area. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Birch's Garden? I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know.
Why would he want to take that book? Cause
See who's staying at the hotel.
why did they roll up the carpet?
They were going to try and get out of town with it, steal it. Carver could really tie the room together.
A mountaintop stone retreat, 8,000 feet up, accessible by a gold-plated elevator. And the man was afraid of heights.
Oh.
That's a German. That's Adolf Hitler embroidered.
Look at that view.
Yeah. I wonder if that place is still there or if they blew it up or something.
From Corps, just came in, effective immediately. All troops stand fast on present position. German army surrendered. I got a present for you. Come on.
He found him a dog.
I don't know how you would get a dog back.
Herman Goering's house. We discovered it yesterday.
Those lights are cool.
They look like flames or something, torches.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Show
Yeah.
us. Show us. Show us. Show us. silver?
Oh, no, look, all the alcohol, it looks like.
Oh.
10,000 bottles of the world's finest liquor, wine, and champagne.
Take what you want and have each company take a truckload. Happy to eat it.
The victory Europe.
That's a lot of bottles.
Yeah, how would you even decide? Good lord. Holy crap, that's beautiful. We need to add Austria and Europe to our list of places to go. Man, that is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I guess those are the men that surrendered?
I guess so.
Isn't that where the Sound of Music was filmed?
I think so.
Right?
Wow.
War is over.
I wonder if it still looks like that, or is this CGI? I mean, that looks really good for CGI if it is.
I so wonder where they are.
Yeah, that is so pretty.
We'll be comfortable here.
Yeah, this'll do.
Please accept this as my formal surrender, Major.
You may keep your sidearm, Colonel.
Heroic dead of a combined Army and Marine force marks the grim battlefield of Okinawa.
That's the Pacific.
The going is brutal, but Okinawa is the next big step towards victory over Japan.
So, when are we going? We don't have a date yet. Some of them will have enough points to go home instead.
I don't understand.
General Taylor is aware that many veterans still do not have the 85 points required to be discharged. He has authorized a lottery. For Easy Company, the winner is...
There was only one person there.
Sergeant Darrell C. Howard.
Congratulations, 50.
General Taylor has also announced that the 101st Airborne Division will definitely be redeployed to the Pacific.
Oh, man.
Don't mean to interrupt you, sir. I just wanted to say goodbye.
Oh my god. I'd like my office there.
Yeah.
Back home in Virginia, I just don't rightly know how I'm going to explain all this.
You're a hell of a fine soldier, Shifty. There's nothing more to explain.
Thank you, sir.
2 days later, Shifty Powers was on a truck headed for the rear in a boat home. Unfortunately, the truck was hit head-on by a drunken corporal from another regiment. Shifty had a broken pelvis and a bad concussion. He survived, but had to spend the next few months in a series of hospitals.
So you were given command of the company on D-Day.
Oh my gosh.
In Holland, he bumps you to Battalion XO.
I fired my last shots there.
You got through Bastogne without having to fire your weapon. Can't imagine a tougher test for a leader. I said, why you wouldn't leave him then?
Well, it's not that, sir. It's just that if the war was still on in the Pacific and I could do some good over there.
You've done enough. And frankly, I think your men have earned the right to keep you around.
Yes, sir.
So he didn't get the job.
Nope. They're not sending him.
Well, no Polacks was at the slave camp. That this is where the guy lives, right here. Which camp? Whatever camp. Under direct orders, and I'm happy to follow it.
Those people is in charge of the camps, he said?
Is this personal to you?
No, it's a goddamn order.
What if this guy's just a soldier? What if he's an officer with no ties to the SS?
You know what? What if he's the fucking Nazi commandant of a fucking slave camp?
Which one? Which camp? You don't have any proof.
Kommandant, vom Arbeitslager.
Ich weiß von keinem Arbeitslager. Ja? Sie haben die falsche Person.
Somebody else gonna be there?
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch.
Who shot him?
The other guy.
Summer in this alpine paradise should have been a welcome relief. Everyone just wanted to go home.
Oh crap. Oh shit.
He was dead when they brought him in.
Wow.
The enemy had surrendered, but somehow men were still dying.
What happened to him? Got his
What's
leg blown
this?
off and back torn.
What's happened?
You okay, Matt? You need some help? They wouldn't give me any gas.
They're drunk?
I think so.
That's right, but we got a problem here. Why don't you give me a weapon? I guess I'll just use his jiva. Hold on a second now, right?
Oh my God!
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's not gonna make it.
You can't operate on him?
Not me.
You find your shooter, I want him alive. Come on, help me. What are you doing? We're gonna go find a grave surgeon.
Go, Mular. You each take a squad and one of these witnesses on a house-to-house search. Should we shoot this bastard on sight?
Try and take him alive.
He's one of them, right?
I thought so.
Come with me.
That wasn't him.
Hospital. Get in.
No, I think he's a surgeon.
What happened to him? He was shot in the head. Somebody's taking a bigger beat than me and him. Gonna go in there and join in?
I should go in there and stop this.
Where is he?
Is him?
Replacement. Our company.
What weapon?
Oh.
Have the MPs take care of this piece of shit.
I'm guessing they were Hitler's photo albums, sir.
So you looked at him, but you didn't take it.
That's right, sir.
I don't believe you.
I'll be watching you. You're dismissed. You better not be lying to me.
He had a smirk on his face.
Yeah. He took him.
So you decided to stay in the army? Yes, I'm gonna stay with the men. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
So some of us would stay by choice, but others were stuck here unless we could find excuses to send them away.
So it's an airborne expedition. You'll be like a technical advisor and make sure they get everything right. Sorry, it's not a more hospitable location.
No, sir. Paris is just fine.
I won't let you down, sir.
With your permission, I would like to address my men briefly.
That'll be fine, General.
Oh no.
Oh, Ross is back.
Captain Sobel? Major Winters? Captain Sobel, we salute the rank, not the man.
Oh. That had to feel good.
Please. Men, it's been a long war, it's been a tough war.
Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft.
You fought bravely, proudly for your country. You are a special group, found in one another a bond that exists only in combat. We've seen death and suffered together. I'm proud to have served each and every one of you. You deserve long and happy lives in peace.
Both sides were suffering.
Yeah.
New Jersey, huh?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Jesus.
Buck Compton came back to see the company to let us know that he was all right. He became a prosecutor in Los Angeles. He convicted Sirhan Sirhan in the murder of Robert Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
David Webster became a writer for the Saturday Evening Post and Wall Street Journal, and later wrote a book about sharks. In 1961, he went out on the ocean alone and was never seen again. Johnny Martin would return to his job at the railroad and then start his own construction company. He splits his time between Arizona and a place in Montana. George Luz became a handyman in Providence, Rhode Island. 1,600 people attended his funeral in 1998. Doc Rowe died in Louisiana in 1998. Frankfort County returned to Chicago and worked a postal route as a mailman. Joe Liebgott returned to San Francisco and drove his cab. Poole Ranneman, he went into the earth-moving business in Arkansas. He's still there. Alton Moore returned to Wyoming with a unique souvenir, Hitler's personal photo album. He was killed in a car accident.
Oh.
Floyd Talbert, we all lost touch with in civilian life until he showed up at a reunion just before his death in 1981. How we lived our lives after the war was as varied as each man. Carwood Lipton became a glass-making executive. He has a nice life in North Carolina. Harry Welsh, he married Kitty Grogan, became an administrator for the Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania school system. Ronald Spears stayed in the Army. In 1958, returned to Germany as governor of Spandau Prison. He retired a lieutenant colonel.
Easy company! Fuel circle!
This morning, President Truman received the unconditional surrender from the Japanese.
Each man in the 101st Airborne would be going home. Each of us would be forever connected by our shared experience. Lewis Nixon had some tough times after the war. He was divorced a couple of times. Then in 1956, he married a woman named Grace, and everything came together for him. He spent the rest of his life with her, traveling the world. My friend Lou died in 1995. I took up his job offer until I was called back into service in 1950 to train officers and rangers. I stayed around Hershey, Pennsylvania, finally finding a little farm where I still live today. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of the men I served with who never got to enjoy the world without war.
And it's a very unusual bonding.
And so we were a close-knit group.
I don't know anybody that I admire more than Bill Garnier and Joe Toy.
I'm just one part of the big war, that's all. And I'm proud to be a part of it.
The real men, the real heroes, are the fellows that are still buried over there and those that come home to be buried.
And after the war was over and he came back out,
the sniper guy,
he lost a lot of that.
We hope to stay alive, that's all.
I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" Grandpa said, "No, but I served in a company of heroes."
Okay, so that was Band of Brothers. What did you think?
I feel like it somewhat had a happy ending, but it was still sad.
Happy-ish, yeah. I mean, it was happy for this series. I mean, I wasn't expecting more deaths at the end. And even some of the stuff, like when he's going through all the people and, he died in 1998 and all that. That's sad, but then when you think about it, that was 53 years later. So they had a happy life, or a long life. I mean, it was, it wasn't some tragic, 2 years after the war or something. So, I think there was a couple of tragic stories of the guys who died, that guy who, went off into the ocean and was never heard from again 15, 16 years later or whatever. So that was kind of sad. I did like that ending. I've always liked those kind of endings where they sum up for you, what happened to the people. I think Stand By Me was one of the movies that ended like that, and The Sandlot ended like that. They're going through everybody that all the kids and what happened to them in life. And this kind of reminded me of that same kind of ending, wrapping it up, telling you what happened to them. So, yeah.
It was a hard series. It was a hard series.
So, being a hard series, though, did you? Are you glad you've seen it now?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I'm thankful that I got to see it.
So it was rough, but worth watching.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people in the comments have talked about the Pacific. I've never seen the Pacific. I don't know anything about it. I know about the war in the Pacific. I know it was brutal. And a lot of people are saying that the Pacific series is not exactly fun. So, I mean, it's very violent, all that stuff. I would like to watch it at some point on the channel, but I think I think it's probably best to take a little break from the World War II stuff for a little
I
while.
would agree.
From all the war stuff, but
that would be nice.
Yeah. So I was kind of glad to see they brought Ross back. Sobel. We know his name is Sobel. It was just we could call him Ross, but that was kind of cool to see him back.
I attached myself to these men. Most of them were all of them are brave, but they all seem to have such a great heart.
Yeah, I would agree. With that. Did you have a favorite? I'm guessing Winters, the main guy.
Yeah, I liked Winters, but I really... this is going to sound weird, but I wish I could go back in time and just hug them all.
Back to the 40s, back to the World War II time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that... I know they've all passed away since, which, I mean, sadly makes sense. I mean, it was, a long time ago at this point.
Yeah. It was definitely worth watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I totally I enjoyed it. It was a hard show to watch. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, I'm very glad I saw it. I think it's something that everybody should see at some point in their life to know about these people, but because this didn't have the Hollywood feel to it, like even Saving Private Ryan to a point, you could almost become a little more disconnected because you knew this didn't actually happen. You're seeing a made-up story taking place in the war, but this to me was a harder thing to watch because these were real people. You knew that, and then especially when some of the people that you would get to know would die, it was like, holy crap,
I would even go as far as saying I would be interested into watching it a second time just to catch all the stuff I missed, because I feel like a lot of the times I would get in my head and freak out in my head and I'd miss things.
I can see that. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is something we watch on our own, or I don't think anybody would want us to react to it twice.
No,
you're welcome to put in the comments if you would, but I don't think it's something we want to react to again.
No. I feel like I'd like to stop and rewind and take a second look, kind of thing.
Yeah, and kind of this time around knowing who the characters were, and I think there was so many characters that at times I couldn't remember who was who. Mm-hmm. They would say a name and it was like, which one is he?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, you had the main ones that you for sure remembered, but
I just feel like a lot of the times, because I get emotionally attached to people, that I got a little crazy in my head. And,
you became a little overwhelmed in the moment, and might have missed stuff that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, and I mean I'm okay with watching this again. Maybe not like tomorrow, but take a little break from it. But we do have the last episode, which from my understanding is that it's basically all of the interviews that they put together. So
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think that I'm a little worried that it's going to be super sad though. I mean,
I think it'll bring me joy to see them. I think without all the chaos and the
getting shot at and explosions and people dying and bleeding out, and so we are gonna react to that. We'll react to that next week. But this was a great show. I think when you put it down, like with the other miniseries we've watched so far on this channel, The Last of Us and Chernobyl, I really think this is probably the most emotionally intense one that we've watched.
I don't know. They have all been great series.
Yeah.
And I think they all have something that I've attached myself to.
Yeah. I would definitely say this is one of the best TV series I've ever seen, the miniseries of all time. I mean, put it up there with, I mean, I know I spoke really highly of The Last of Us. I would put it up there, you know, in that category, top 5 shows that I've ever seen. It was definitely good. Glad to watch it. Great characters. I'm interested in learning more about these people now. You know, I don't know if there's like individual movies about, you know, these individuals maybe, or I think there's a book. I think Winters wrote a book, or I think somebody wrote a book. I can't remember who right now, but that might be something, you know, to get the audio book and just listen to while you're on the treadmill or bike, or, you know,
I like it when you
around.
read to me. So.
Well, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll start reading. We'll start a channel of David reading to Toni. Don't hold your breath for that one. That probably won't happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the last episode. Great miniseries.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I'm glad that won the poll. Yeah, we'll be back next week for the bonus episode. You have anything else you want to say about it?
No, we're good.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our reaction. We hope you enjoyed the series. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of the series? What did you think of our reactions? You know, do you have any other war movies or series that we should watch? We're always looking for new stuff. We do have a list. We've got a lot of stuff on our list to watch, but you know, if enough people express interest in something, well, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, if you want to subscribe to the channel, see what we're doing in the future, we've got a lot more planned. If you're interested in the full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched, we'll put the link to our Patreon down below. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.